Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Jennifer Talks. For those of you that are new here, welcome. For my old subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. Welcome back to a new vlog. So I put out a question tag YouTube on my YouTube post asking you guys to ask me anything you want to know about me. And some people actually asked me some questions. I also put out some question tags on Instagram too, and I got some questions. Happily, I got some questions because it's my first ever Q&A here on YouTube, and I'm so excited to be answering all of the amazing questions I was asked. So I'm going to start with the first one. This is from Instagram. The person said, "How do you manage misunderstanding in your marriage?" Well, see, marriage is a very, very plot twist. But for misunderstanding in my marriage, most times, if I have a major misunderstanding, I try to involve a third party just to get solicited advice from the third party and know if okay I'm making the right decision based on the actions I'm taking, just to hear someone else's point of view, just to know what other ideas people might give me concerning that particular issue. But truthfully, that's not the best way to go. Reason being that most times when you have these misunderstandings and you reconcile with your spouse or your partner, you find out that the person you got the solicited advice from already has a narrative about your partner in their mind, in their head, or somewhere around, which they might not even erase anytime soon. They might keep seeing your partner in that same light, and you guys have already moved on from it. So most times, I feel like it is best to reconcile your issues between yourselves, unless it's a life-threatening situation. Then you can cry out loud for the whole world to hear and come to your rescue, such as domestic violence. The life threatening issues you can actually have in your marriage that you could involve a whole lot of people just to come to your rescue. So I've answered that. So the second question is, how do you juggle being a mom, a wife, businesswoman, and a content creator? I'll say it's not an easy feat at all. It has not been a very easy journey. Some parts actually suffer. Some of these things actually suffer for the other parts. That's where prioritization comes in. Well, to answer this question fairly, I would just say it's about creating a balance. Know what works and when it works. And also it's about planning. Let me say, for instance, and it's about setting your priority. Let me say, for instance, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a content creator, like you said, but I have to know which one comes first. I have to know which one to put before the other. I cannot be doing, oh, I'm creating content, I'm doing business, then I'm not feeding my baby has not eaten, my baby has not taken his bath, or my husband comes back and there is no food for him to eat. So it's about you know creating the balance, knowing which one should come first. You can plan out a what's it called, you can plan out something, a program. You can plan out a program and just say, oh, I'm going to um take care of my baby till this time, make sure he's well fed and maybe asleep or playing. Then I'll come out to do a YouTube video. Afterwards, I go cook, or I cook before. I just, set your priorities. Which one are you going to do above the other, just so that there is no one suffering just because you're a businesswoman and a content creator. It doesn't mean that other parts has to suffer. And even if there are some parts that needs to suffer, you know you prioritize, the one that is less important. I'm not saying content creation is not important, but your family comes first and all of that. You just know the one to put first over the other. I don't know if I was able to answer that question correctly, but yes. Someone said, Ada, you look beautiful. Thank you very much. My question goes like this. I know some of you might be wondering why the person called me Ada. So that's my native name, and I'm an Igbo girl, and my Igbo name is Adobe. So the person said, Ada, you look beautiful. Thank you, like I already said. My question goes like this. What was your expectations before you got married? So I'm not going to lie to you. I had this fairy tale imagination about marriage. Like, I'm just going to cross my leg, live like a queen. I won't have to even suffer or do anything. Just be served, be loved, be pampered, and and whatnot. But I'm going to tell you that marriage is how do I put it now? Marriage is a bittersweet feeling. Marriage is about compromise, sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a whole lot. You have to compromise a whole lot. It's about submission. Like, you don't even want to know the rest of it. You don't want to know how marriage can actually bend you. But yes, marriage is all of these things. It could be a fairy tale for some people, it could be whatever. Marriage is actually what you create it to be. That is what I've come to learn about marriage. So my expectations were, oh, I'm going to live like a queen, I'm going to live like a princess, I don't have to do much. But my sister, unless maybe you got married to a very, very wealthy man, but if you want to grow with your partner, then you have to put in the work, you have to be submissive, you have to sacrifice, you have to compromise a whole lot just so that the marriage can work. So, yeah, my expectations were different from the reality. Okay, so my next question is, what inspired you to start this channel? Hmm. So I got my inspiration to start this YouTube channel out of boredom. I know in 2021 or 2022, there about 2021, towards the ending of 2021, I was in my room and I was bored, and I'm a huge lover of YouTube. I'm always on YouTube 24/7. If there is something that finishes my data, it has to be YouTube, because I have some really nice people I follow on YouTube, and I'm a very big lover of YouTube. So I'm always watching their videos and whatnot. So I'm a huge lover of YouTube. So that I was just in my room, watching some YouTube videos, and I thought to myself, if I could spend so much time, hours and hours, watching people's videos, learning a whole lot from people, why don't I open my own channel? I was scared at first. It was just out of impulse. I just did it out of impulse, and the rest is history. Here we are today doing YouTube like we planned it out or something. It wasn't something planned. I just did it out of impulse, and yeah, that's what inspired me to do my YouTube channel. I felt you can do it. You can start now, and in the next few years, you look back and be like, oh, 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 you actually did that. Thank God you started when you started. So I just decided to start. Okay, the next question is, what motivates you in this content creation world? Well, I'll say I have my predecessors, if I was to call them that. I have some people on YouTube that I look up to so much. I have people that I watch their videos, I see how they act, I see how they do their videos, I see how YouTube has actually shaped and formed them. So they inspire me a whole lot. They inspire me to want to do better. They inspire me and let me know that they inspire me in the sense that I know that, oh, I'm on the right track. I'm doing something nice. I'm doing something good. I'm doing something beneficial for my future self. So they inspire me a whole lot. Why is this so hard for me to pronounce? I'll just say my senior YouTubers, they inspire me a whole lot because their videos actually inspire me to do more, to do better. That's what inspires me in this content creation. And of course, what they benefit from content creation, you know. So yes, that's why I stay motivated to do content creation. So the next question is, how do you balance work and life and family life? You are doing a good job, by the way. Thank you so much. So I think I already answered this question from the first question. I just said it's about creating a balance, it's about planning, it's about prioritizing what comes first, what do you put first over the other, just so that this none of them have to suffer. You prioritize, you plan out, how do you do this, how do you do that, when do I do it, how should I do it, and just so everything goes in sequence, and they don't have to, none of them has to suffer if you plan. I think this is my last question. How is most of the questions are about marriage. How is life as a married lady? Well, how is life as a married lady? I would say life as a married lady has been quite interesting. It has been interesting so far. It's been it's been all about ups and downs. You have the very high moments, you have the very low moments. So life as a married lady, I'll just say, is is a bittersweet feeling, because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be truthful, it's actually fulfilling. And there is this will I say, benefits that comes to being a married woman. Everybody automatically feels that because, oh, you're a married lady, then you should be a very responsible person.
So love me like you do, love me like you do.